Hi, I'm Rosha, and welcome to Market Pulse. The market is caught in this massive tug of war this week. On one side, you've got the explosive growth of AI, and on the other, the Federal Reserve's big decision on interest rates. The stakes are incredibly high, and you can just feel the tension building. So, what's the one big question on every single investor's mind right now? It's this: are we in a genuine AI boom, or is this a massive bubble that's just about to pop? Honestly, that single piece of uncertainty is driving every trade right now. Now, to understand where we're headed, we've got to first look back at the whiplash we all got last week. It was like a perfect storm of conflicting signals that left pretty much everyone guessing. I mean, just look at this split personality. The week kicked off with a huge rally. The Nasdaq actually jumped 2.27%, and that was mostly fueled by relief that the 43-day government shutdown was finally over. But then, by Thursday, the whole mood just completely soured. All the talk turned to fears of an AI bubble, and hopes for a rate cut started to fade, sending stocks tumbling. So here's the final scorecard for the week. You can see the tech sector really took the biggest hit, with the Nasdaq dropping over 2.3%. The S&P 500 followed it down, while the Dow just barely managed to stay afloat. It was a really confusing end to a very volatile week. Okay, so after all that chaos, this week is all about finding some answers. The market is desperate for clarity, and it all boils down to two massive questions. Let's break them down. First up, the AI question. Has this incredible run-up in artificial intelligence stocks finally hit its peak? Are these sky-high valuations really justified, or is a painful correction waiting just around the corner? And it seems the entire market has zeroed in on one singular event as the ultimate test: Nvidia's earnings report. Believe me, this isn't just about revenue. It's basically a referendum on the entire AI narrative. And the second massive question is all about the Fed. Is that long-awaited interest rate cut finally coming in December? Right now, the market is split right down the middle on this. It is a true 50-50 toss-up. So where do we look for clues? Well, there are two key places. First, the minutes from the Fed's last meeting will give us a little peek inside their thinking. And second, that critical jobs data is finally being released, which honestly could change the entire game. Let's pull up the calendar, because these are the dates that are going to define the market this week. Wednesday is the main event, Nvidia's earnings. The big question is whether their performance can justify a massive 50 times price-to-earnings ratio. To put that in perspective, the tech average is closer to 33. So yeah, this is the moment of truth for the AI rally. Also happening on Wednesday, we get the FOMC minutes. This is our chance to see what Fed officials were really debating behind closed doors. Like, how worried are they about the lack of data during the shutdown? Their tone here could send a really powerful signal. Then on Thursday, we finally get the September jobs report. This is a huge deal. It's been delayed for 43 days because of the shutdown, and it's one of the most important pieces of data for the Fed. Strong numbers could crush those rate cut hopes, while weak numbers could bring them roaring right back to life. So with all this drama happening in the US, how does it actually impact the Korean market? Let's connect the dots for KOS and key investors, because the ripple effects are going to be immediate. For local investors, the key is going to be navigating the guaranteed volatility. It's all about watching a few critical signals to see which way the winds are blowing. So here's your watch list. First, will the high dollar exchange rate keep foreign investors selling? Second, can semiconductor giants like Samsung and SK Hynix bounce back if Nvidia delivers good news? And finally, keep an eye on pharma and bio. Could that become the new safe haven from all this tech storm? And that really brings us to the key takeaway for the week. This quote says it all. The market is more sensitive to upcoming uncertainty than to already known good news. Think about it. Any good news is probably already priced in. It's the uncertainty, that fear of an AI bubble or a hawkish Fed, that's going to move the market. This week will decide if we can finally put that uncertainty to rest. Thanks for watching.